What the fuck?
Pretty, you. Move!
Shut up.
You shut up and move!
Shut up.
Dickhead.
Shut up.
You
How's
shut
it
up.
going, you sexy beasts? I'm Drathmus, and today we're taking a look at how
You
to
shut the
become
fuck up.
a badass internet celebrity through the use of live streaming our video games.
No, I
More
won't.
specifically, this video will show you how to set up the free program called Open Broadcast Software to allow you to stream your video gameplay onto the extremely popular Twitch.tv website.
You shut
If that
the
wasn't
fuck up.
enough, I'll also show you how to do
Dickhead.
local recordings with the program as well,
Shut
as
up.
Open Broadcast Software, or just OBS for short, is a very, very powerful
Shut
free
up,
program
did you
that allows
understand
both live
English?
streaming and local recordings in some pretty pristine qualities with plenty of room to fine-tune everything to your liking. Keep in mind, this guide is designed for an audience that has a basic understanding of how live streaming works. I'm not going to go into every single aspect of it, just enough to get you off the ground if you know how to operate a program and, well, know how to look up specifics about your gaming rig and internet speeds. First and foremost, head on over to obsproject.com to download the program itself. It'll be linked in the description. Once installed, head on over to the Settings drop-down and select Settings. This is where all the magic happens with OBS. Go ahead and set up a profile. I've named mine simply Drathmus as, well, that is my name and all. Next up is to select encoding. This is where the meat of our live stream settings begins. We have choices for both our audio and video encoding, which will affect how much or how little our computer compresses both for internet streaming. Typically, the more your computer compresses audio and video, the more pixelated the image is, but the file size is much smaller at the cost of taking more resources to actively compress and encode. More specifically, the slower internet you have, the more you'll need to compress by lowering the bitrate. The faster internet you have, you can set the higher bitrate for less compression, which means less impact on your system as well, but also having a higher quality picture in the end. In order to actually know what we should set our bitrate to, I suggest going over to a website called speedtest.net and under settings select the speed measurement. If a person's to use CBR and enable CBR padding, make sure they're both enabled and you're golden. Twitch pretty much requires these. So now that you have your video bitrate selected, just put your audio bitrate to 128, codec as Advanced Audio Codec or AAC, format is a solid 48 kHz, and channel is set to stereo. Audio bitrate isn't as necessary as your video bitrate, so set it to as high as you feel comfortable. 128 is fine for my use, but just make sure that it's anything above 96 so your audio doesn't just sound awful and blow out your viewers' eardrums. Moving on to the broadcast settings, this is where OBS communicates with Twitch and allows you to stream on your channel.